Hello, everyone. In just about 10 seconds, you will witness some of the stranger rare moments captured on camera around the world. And remember, this video is strictly for entertainment and awareness purposes. Let's get started.
Oh my God.
Big one. Yeah, here it is. That's a big one.
Not a UFO. This is a rare giant supercell over the skies of North Dakota, USA, bringing severe thunderstorm warnings and potential hail. On July 6, 2026, in Hubei, China, the peace vanished in just seconds when a tornado appeared right next to a shop. Just a tiny electrical device nearly turned into a major fire. Fortunately, everyone in the house escaped safely. The sky suddenly turned bright red, making the night scene look like a scene straight out of a sci-fi movie in just seconds.
Oh wow, it's pretty rocky here. Huh?
Sydney just set off nature's alarm bell. If lightning struck right next to you, would you stay calm or run as fast as he did?
Oh my God, baby, the bloody Lord!
What's the closest you ever been to a lightning?
I'd really love to know how far the SOHA community reaches. Please leave your country or city name below. Off the east coast of the United States, a 40,000-pound explosion creates a powerful shock wave to test if the ship can handle extreme shocks. Wow! When lava at nearly 2,000 degrees Celsius meets snow at around 32 degrees Celsius, the temperature difference of over 1,900 degrees causes the snow to melt and did you know? The pressure from an eruption can launch rocks high into the air, landing thousands of feet away from the crater.
Are you sure?
Tiny, bizarre, and extremely rare to see up close like this. This marmoset makes me feel like I'm looking at an alien creature.
The door flew open.
How is the weather where you live today? Share with us.
Damn.
Nearly 3,000 lightning strikes occur on Earth every minute. But this bolt in Florida still makes me exclaim absolutely crazy. Oh my goodness. On July 21st, 2026, in Missouri, USA, a wooden floor suddenly collapsed, causing a serious incident during duty execution. Methane-rich gas escapes through cracks and ignites upon contact with air, creating the very strange phenomenon of burning rocks.
It's no silt. It's glowing. I have no idea what this is, but it's alive or...
Wow, like a giant waterfall. But this is actually a water spray effect on the world's highest bridge in China. The 7.8 magnitude earthquake in Mindanao, Philippines, not only tested human resilience, but also exposed the seismic endurance of multi-story buildings.
We got this!
Did you know? Out of every 100 homes in the US, about 16 are recorded to have a swimming pool. But I guess no family would want their pool to end up like this. Oh Lord, if a sidewalk can collapse right under a pedestrian's feet, are inspection and maintenance really safe enough? And now, please take 2 seconds to grab your remote and hit subscribe so you don't miss any strange phenomena coming up. Weighing nearly 20,000 pounds and so rare that it happens only once every 66 years in Sweden, you are truly lucky to witness this. Tourists in Hawaii at that time must have had an unforgettable day, because in just 1 second, the calm of the ocean completely changed.
Big one. Yeah, here it is. That's a big one. Wow.
If you were driving and the road suddenly turned into a sea of creatures, how would you handle it?
Climbing on the truck.
Oh, this is actually a perspective illusion. The slope combined with the camera angle makes the girl look like she's hovering in midair. At Mount Rainier, Washington, a thin layer of ice acts like a prism, transforming sunlight into vibrant colors like a light gallery. On August 18, 2026, in Costa Rica, a pack of coatis demonstrated incredible strength by coming together to confront a large boa constrictor.
Whoa! Not when there's that many of them. Yeah, they're not venomous either. A boa. Yeah, hugs them to death or whatever.
It looks like a cinematic effect, but nature is sometimes even harder to believe than movies. Do you believe this scene is real? Earthquakes give people almost no time to prepare. In just seconds, a peaceful shop transforms into a scene of chaos, a power that truly amazes me. With just a slight change in the sea's rhythm, cross seas can cause a fishing boat to rock violently, losing balance in seconds. A 116-year-old water tower in Oregon, USA, ended its journey in a spectacular controlled demolition on August 17, 2026.
Oh my God! That was such a surprise!
Existing for nearly 30 million years with a beak almost 1.5 feet long, looking at the pelican shows that nature sometimes has truly amazing designs. Oh, I think the little pup just discovered his first law of physics. The tighter the leash, the shorter the fun. Beyond imagination. In your opinion, is this scene real or just the result of artificial intelligence? The Azure rocket seemed to turn the sky into a canvas, with 2 glowing jellyfish appearing over Norway. A cool, damp layer of marine air brought ashore by the wind acts like a massive fog wave covering the San Diego coastline.
It's like fogs down over.
Every year, around 500,000 earthquakes are recorded worldwide, but the 6.8 magnitude earthquake in this video blew me away the most. What device are you watching this video on? El Tancon, Spain, where the water current changes very rapidly. This is the kind of beautiful spot to observe, not worth risking your safety for. Oh Lord, this scene reminds me that with large vehicles, clearance height is a number you must never forget. On August 17, 2026, a lightning bolt, 3 fuel tanks, and just a few seconds. That's how Glenpool, Oklahoma triggered a giant fireball.
That looks like molten lava just... Oh my god.
One is strange enough, but thousands appearing together is what makes Port Phillip Bay. Australia so special, it looks like a seabed invasion. Wow. If you found this moment interesting, don't forget to leave a like. Not the rarest, but the size and shape of this shelf cloud are enough to make New Buffalo look extraordinary. What do you think is the strangest cloud in the world? In the dead of night at Kawah Ijen, Indonesia, burning sulfur escapes from volcanic vents, producing surreal blue flames.
Have a great day, everybody. Cheerio.
A mysterious blue light appeared over Western Australia and lasted for about 30 minutes.
The lightning was right
Could
there,
any
that's what
experts
happened after
explain this phenomenon for me?
Yes. Oh my god.
During a storm in Florida, 2 strange glowing orbs suddenly glided along power lines, looking like lightning running through midair.
Agun ni lah.
Agun bahat. Ang lagi cai. Ang lagi kan zoom ko ni be.
Kau ni bisa ni.
Oh my! Do you think the tree can grow any further after this moment? A rocket, a bit of sunlight, and a thin atmosphere. 3 elements sufficient to turn the New Zealand sky into an unbelievable glowing spiral. Auroras form when charged particles from the sun rush toward Earth, guided by the magnetic field toward the polar regions, colliding with gases in the atmosphere to release green, purple, or red light. A United Airlines plane made brief contact with a truck in New Jersey. If I were sitting in the cabin then, I'd probably need a few seconds to process what just happened. A dead battery doesn't mean a harmless battery. If thrown in with general garbage, lithium batteries can cause fires. Always take old batteries to dedicated collection points. Whale sharks aren't just astonishing because of their size. They belong to one of the most ancient lineages of animals, appearing over 400 million years ago. To grow larger, crabs must do something extremely risky. Completely shed their old protective armor and wait for the new shell to harden. On July 26, 2026, in Oregon, USA, nature sparked a wildfire with a lightning bolt, while firefighters had to spend thousands of hours working step by step to regain control. Iridescent clouds appear only when light and tiny water droplets in the clouds meet under exact conditions. Good luck comes to anyone who sees them. An extremely rare scene in Yemen looks like clouds falling to the ground. But scientifically, when clouds touch the ground, they become fog. So I think it's foam gathered by the wind. A living submarine, over 40 feet long, if you were in his position. Could you stay calm when one of the largest fish in the world appeared right beside you? Los Angeles is famous for unique cars, but a Ferrari wrapped in red fur like this is truly rare, both luxurious and unbelievably quirky.
Look at it. He hears us talking about it. He gonna take off.
A tornado unexpectedly approached Fort Lauderdale Airport. It's hard to imagine what it was like for the pilots maneuvering aircraft in that severe weather.
That's the big.
On August 19, 2026, a funnel cloud appearing in Nebraska City could be a sign of a severe thunderstorm. Well, have you ever seen a cloud shaped like a number? Share your photos with us below. When soil remains saturated for too long, tree roots lose their grip, causing the entire trunk to uproot in seconds. Luckily, God protected the mother and child. The dog's reaction made me laugh. Have you ever teased your pet like that? On a farm near Auckland, New Zealand, Richard the sheep always won. But this time, a goose decided to rewrite the leaderboard.
Goose beat the sheep. Hey! Oh.
It's not that Wells catfish are super rare in France, but a giant weighing 440 pounds appearing in the Seine River is certainly an unforgettable experience. Wow. Off the coast of California on August 16, 2026, sunlight was refracted and dispersed through tiny water droplets in a whale's blow, creating a rainbow right over the ocean surface. Truly spectacular. The deeper she walked into the Mendenhall Ice Cave in Alaska, the clearer it became to me. The denser the ice and the fewer the air bubbles, the more distinct the deep blue color inside becomes. What do you think is the main reason behind the Rimac River's water turning pink? The sky sometimes creates shapes so rare that they look like a pre-rendered special effect.
Tornado and hail warning in Chicago. Hinsdale, look at this.
On July 27, 2026 in Chicago, today's test drive got a special judge, Nature, featuring golf ball-sized hail.
You're safe in the hair salon.
No.
It does happen.
Not like this.
Not golf size, not that.
On August 18, 2026, a major fire broke out at a waste processing facility in Deptford, London, sending up a massive plume of smoke. May God protect them. You might not know this. The echidna is a living relic of nature, one of the few rare mammals that has both fur and spines, yet lays eggs. Oh, leave an 8 in the comments if you think he needs to lose some weight. If it weren't captured on camera, I really wouldn't believe this could happen in Illinois, USA. What do you think stores should do to prevent similar incidents? He may have prepared for many situations, but he certainly didn't expect to confront a bird right at a Texas police station. Tumbleweeds break off and blow with the wind to disperse their seeds. For those watching from California, have you ever witnessed this scene? What's remarkable isn't the manhole cover, but the amount of water underneath. How strong must the pressure be to force water back up onto the street surface? To be honest, the first time I saw it, I thought it was just a dry tree trunk, but in reality, this is the potu bird, nature's master of disguise. Wow! The visitor crossing the road in South Carolina belongs to an ancient lineage. American alligators have kept nearly the same form for at least 8 million years. This is indisputable. This pyramid-shaped UFO truly appeared on Earth. Oh Lord, how do you feel watching this moment? Hail accumulated in a thick layer on the road, making a midsummer scene look like a winter snowstorm in Colorado. On August 15, 2026, 2 people trapped in floods in Nalehu, Hawaii were rescued. I believe humane actions like this always deserve to be shared. I prefer cool weather. What about you? Do you like warm weather or stormy weather like in St. Louis, Missouri? A living helix in the ocean, Helicosalpa, is a rare salp with a transparent body that can form a chain looking like a giant strand of DNA. If you also love exploring the ocean, join our SOHA community by liking and subscribing to the channel. The Alaskan sky glowed green as particles from the solar wind interacted with oxygen in the upper atmosphere, creating an enchanting aurora display. The calm water suddenly turned into a racetrack, with the herd of horses surging forward together like an army. What's especially amazing is how extraordinarily synchronized they were. On June 19th, a stray bull unexpectedly appeared in a residential neighborhood. This situation shows how quickly an uncontrolled animal can become a community safety concern. When a visitor weighing thousands of pounds walks through the streets, perhaps the right-of-way temporarily no longer belongs to humans. A lion may be accustomed to people, but it still retains its wild instincts. Experience can never replace proper distance and safety procedures. A door that seemed to completely separate people from nature became useless within seconds when a deer suddenly crashed into the house. It looks like this police officer just realized that the crowd noticed the trouble a few seconds before he did. At 77 years old, he managed to get clear of the tracks before the train arrived. Warning signals exist because trains cannot stop within. Looking at this entire group of horses standing so still, I get the feeling they just did something together and agreed that nobody was going to talk about it. Molten metal and moisture are an extremely dangerous combination. In industrial environments, sometimes even a small amount of water can trigger a violent reaction.
At your feet.
Crocodiles do not need to chew the way humans do. Their powerful jaws help them secure their target immediately.
Oh my God!
If I did not know this was real, I might have thought I was watching a carefully staged performance. A walrus uses its tusks as both tools and protection. A thin inflatable boat is definitely not a reliable barrier. Sometimes children react more simply and quickly than adults because they do not spend as much time overthinking the situation. In Brazil, a sea lion weighing nearly 100 pounds temporarily turned an entire avenue into its own private walkway before returning to the ocean. If this moment made you smile too, leave a like. The moment this dark-colored visitor appeared, the entire group of dogs instantly divided up the job like a security team that had trained together. On April 15th in Sierra Madre, California, an encounter with a bear showed why hikers should always pay attention to what is farther ahead on the trail.
Pick up my shin. There's a lion hunting there. There on the other side.
North is better.
A huge wave may look exciting to a surfer, but real experience means knowing which wave to take and which one to let pass. On June 26, 2026, in Taiwan, a brief lapse of attention at an intersection showed why slowing down and checking carefully before turning is such an important habit. With Starship 36, every failed test does more than cost money. It also produces data that can help make future launches safer and more successful. Orcas are known for their intelligence and curiosity. But one strike against a rudder can still remind us that their strength is nothing to underestimate.
Holy crap. You're gonna hit the dock. The camera!
Flooding in Arunachal Pradesh shows that drainage systems and early warnings are not just infrastructure. They are important layers of protection for communities. After Typhoon Bavi, what remains is not only the damage, but also the long process of rebuilding behind every scene. Nearly 30,000 pounds of cargo becoming unbalanced triggered a chain reaction. With cranes, the center of gravity can matter even more than lifting power. When a structure suddenly fails, the first thing I wonder is whether there were warning signs that had been overlooked beforehand. In China, overnight rescue efforts during flooding show how reaching trapped residents can quickly become a race against time.
根本就站不住，不容易啊。
干杯跟这不容易。
哎呀。
At the Bulaloca mine in Venezuela, this incident shows how poorly controlled mining areas can become extremely dangerous within seconds. Hello, everyone. Some moments last only a few seconds, yet they can tell an entire story about nature, people, and pure luck. Let's begin today's journey.
Madonna Santissima! Correte! Correte! Correte!
Sometimes luck is measured by a single second. Had things happened just a little later, this story could have ended very differently. These two rivals charged at each other with the determination of a championship match. The only difference is that this time, nobody needed a Even a friendly dog can react unpredictably when excited. A pet owner's responsibility begins with keeping the animal properly under control. This moment proves that sometimes sprinting speed is useful for more than just the soccer field. Checking your mirrors takes only a few seconds, but it can prevent many unnecessary incidents. When a vehicle catches fire, the most important thing is to move everyone away and call professionals instead of trying to handle it with the wrong method. I do not know what made her make that decision, but this is definitely a moment she probably would not want to experience again. Seeing these lions in this situation reminds me that wild animals are usually best suited to the natural environments where they belong. Here's a lighter question during the video. Are you watching us on a TV, phone, tablet, or computer today? At the Leon International Balloon Festival, this incident showed that a beautiful flight still depends heavily on wind conditions, open space, and careful ground control. A major port needs more than cranes and ships. It also needs a strong emergency response plan. Which system do you think matters most when something goes wrong? Nearly 40 years of history for the Château Bridge ended in just a few carefully planned seconds. Sometimes removing the old is part of building something better. The streets are flooded so deeply that it is hard to tell where the road ends and the water begins. If I saw this, in Osmania, the slippery road reduced tire grip. Driving a little slower can provide much more room and time to react. Two seconds may sound very short, but on the road, 2 seconds can represent an entire safety margin. On February 3, 2026, in Sarawak, a tanker truck lost control, reminding us that the heavier a vehicle is, the harder it can be to correct a mistake. If the driver's goal was to wash the entire underside of the vehicle, I have to admit this service was extremely thorough. In Florida, a black bear entering a home may simply have been following the smell of food. The safest approach is still to give it a clear way out. With a cobra, correctly identifying the species matters less than one simple rule: do not get closer. Bears may look slow while walking, but their ability to accelerate is exactly why people should never underestimate them. These two little guys seem to be having a very serious argument over who deserves the best. Oh my God. Have you ever witnessed a river swallowing an entire forest? In your opinion, if this process continues, how much will the shoreline change after a few years? When the water begins to change color and flow rapidly, that is a sign to evacuate low-lying areas immediately. May God protect us all. On June 22, 2026, in Alabama, lightning struck the backyard of a home. A reminder that when you can hear thunder, staying inside a safe building is the smarter choice. At around 2,000 pounds, this unexpected visitor certainly did not need to knock on the door to get everyone's attention. A powerful tornado in Greece sent rooftops and debris flying. What about where you live today? Hey, is the weather calm or just as intense? Just about 1.5 inches separated her from a completely different outcome. Sometimes luck can be measured in incredibly small distances. Mount Rainier rises nearly 15,000 feet above the Cascade Range, but beneath its beauty lies a system of volcanic activity, ice, and rugged terrain that always deserves respect. When the ground starts shaking, your brain and body have to constantly adjust to stay balanced. It's probably the kind of reflex workout nobody ever wants to experience.
Cuidado, cuidado ahí.
Being only about 1 inch away from a train traveling at 80 mph is far too close to call safe. Railroad tracks are always a place where distance matters. After an earthquake, the ground becoming still does not necessarily mean the danger is over. Aftershocks are one reason we need to remain alert. Buildings can be rebuilt, but memories of a major disaster often remain with a community for much longer.
Chalo.
A good workout is not about how much weight you can lift. It is about maintaining proper technique from beginning to end. A beautiful Audi cannot replace good driving skills. The real value always lies in how the person behind the wheel handles it.
You're the one littering. You out your window.
Whoop whoop.
The cat's reaction after the lightning strike makes me wonder whether it heard or sensed something that people did not notice. During a sailing race in Antigua, the distance between two large boats disappeared faster than expected. In sailing, speed matters, but reading the wind can matter even more.
Hey! 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 Oh my God! Look out!
On July 18, 2026 in Vietnam, heavy rain caused floodwaters to rise rapidly, carrying mud and sweeping away houses. People's lifelong savings vanished in just a few minutes. A reservoir failure in Brazil in 2022 reminds us that small cracks can sometimes be the first warning signs of a much larger problem. More than 132,000 gallons of water stored at a higher elevation can hold a tremendous amount of energy. I just hope the air...
Hay á là mấy anh không sao á, bị nước xuống cái rồi đáp ngay cái bụi dưới bên hè nhà tôi á, lên chỉ được một cái phen hết hồn thôi.
On March 12, 2026, in Uzbekistan, a wall suddenly collapsed, making me think about how important structural inspections can be after heavy rain. After watching how he escaped that situation, I can only say that luck... A large truck needs more room to maneuver. In this situation, who do you think misjudged the distance? On May 7, 2026, in Brazil, a small helmet once again showed why protective equipment should never be taken lightly.
Oh my God.
In aviation, staying calm can be just as important as technical skill. This pilot showed how one good decision can completely change the outcome of a difficult landing. I have to admit, this moment made me laugh the first time I saw it. If you laughed too, I guess we had the same reaction. At South Beach in Newport, the boat losing control near the pier shows how little room there can be for error once a vessel is moving at speed. In Florida, a Burmese python nearly 15 feet long made traffic give way. Sometimes the biggest pedestrian on the road does not even have legs.
Pick it up, Tippy. Okay.
Wild boars may look heavy, but their speed and ability to change direction are impressive, especially when they feel cornered. An ordinary walk in Japan can change instantly when a wild boar appears. Nature is sometimes much closer to the city than we realize. A giraffe's long neck is not only useful for reaching leaves, it also contains powerful muscles capable of producing considerable force. Judging by the buffalo's reaction, they may have just witnessed something even they were not prepared to understand. At around 2,000 pounds, this big guy looks like he accidentally wandered off the pasture and straight into a heavyweight wrestling match. Watching this ship struggle in rough seas reminds me why I enjoy cruises most, when I am watching them from a warm, dry room. After so many intense moments, here is something a little more peaceful for you. I hope your day turns out just as pleasant. The hardest moments to explain are often the most interesting, because they make us search for answers instead of immediately assuming something mysterious. At Copenhagen Airport, 2 employees turned a repetitive task into a small game. Sometimes a good attitude can make a long work shift feel much easier. In East Yorkshire, sunlight appearing during a hailstorm created a striking contrast between severe weather and the beauty of the sky.
A wee black cloud's just gone over. Leave the clock out here. I took that bit of video earlier on. This is nuts. I'm stood with the back door open and I'm getting cold, so I'll leave you with it. Bye for now.
Just about 1 foot of fast-moving floodwater can make a vehicle difficult to control. When water covers the road, turning around is usually the safer decision. What stands out most about this driver is how he managed to maintain control while everything around him became chaotic.
Look at that. What the F?
Once a railroad barrier comes down, the right decision is not to try to beat the train, it is to patiently wait for it to pass. A reign of snakes in Hubei sounds like something from fiction. What makes me most curious is how they ended up there and in an unexpected situation like this, I think the most important thing is not running faster, but choosing the right direction to. Of all the moments you watched today, which one stayed with you the longest? Share your answer below, and I'll see you again in the next episode. In April 2026 in Russia, a tiger escaping from a performance area showed why emergency plans must be prepared before an incident happens, not afterward. A wild elephant surrounded by a crowd creates stress for both the animal and the people. Giving it space is always better than closing in around it.
A bear attacks a woman dining at a restaurant.
You do not fully appreciate the size of this four-legged giant until you see it standing next to an adult person. Dogs and cats often detect unusual smells or movements very quickly, so sometimes they notice a snake before their owners do. When a rhinoceros is chasing you, choosing the right tree may matter more than anyone ever imagined.
And that right there.
At Ximen Reservoir in Taiwan, flood release water became a massive white wall, showing the true force of moving water. I'm curious to see how many generations are watching us today. What age group are you in? Feel free to leave your age in the comments. Looking at the direction of this vehicle, I can only think one thing. The driver seems to have noticed the problem a few seconds later than everyone else. "15-foot waves in West Bengal are still powerful enough to knock people off balance near shore. The ocean does not need to break records to deserve our respect." Before moving heavy machinery onto soft ground, a few minutes of inspection can prevent a major accident. Powerful equipment cannot compensate for an unstable foundation. When wind becomes strong enough to shake a large structure, it is a reminder that engineering has limits, while nature does not always provide much warning. When a massive volume of water poured down from the mountain all at once, the entire area below transformed into a raging river in almost an instant. The scene looks unbelievably realistic, but today's technology is fully capable of creating images that force us to take a second look. When dogs are protecting their territory or a mate, their behavior can become more unpredictable than usual. So keeping a distance is always the safer choice. When the winds are strong enough to leave the streets virtually empty, staying indoors at a shelter is definitely the wisest decision.
In Brackenridge. This is a hive in a ceiling. Beautiful.
Wow. 60,000 residents working together like a giant living machine, where every individual carries out a specific role to keep the entire community running. Orcas do more than hunt together. They can also pass hunting techniques to younger members, giving each pod something almost like its own hunting culture.
Oh my God. so tired. Oh! Oh my god!
Holy shit, man. Look at that.
We've traveled from the ocean to the sky and through many unforgettable everyday moments. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you again on the next journey. Everyone was safe this time, but perhaps the most valuable lesson afterward is recognizing which driving skills still need improvement. In Albuquerque, the fact that Lindy's diner had already been closed before part of the wall collapsed shows just how important safety inspections can be. For tall trucks, choosing the right route matters just as much as driving skill. Knowing height restrictions in advance can prevent an entire chain of problems. In December 2024 in Spencer, Massachusetts, this fire showed why flammable materials and pressurized containers need to be stored with proper spacing and safety precautions.
At Indian Hills,
Gas trapped underground can build enough pressure to force mud and water upward, creating a scene that looks almost like a sudden mud volcano. If you are still watching, choose the moment that surprised you the most and leave a like. A peaceful morning in rural China changed completely when a Siberian tiger appeared near homes, showing how thin the boundary between people and wildlife can sometimes be.
Duck! Oh my goodness! Holy shit!
When a baboon displays its large canine teeth, that is definitely not the right time to move closer for a better photo.
Hey, no!
Oh, he's chewing it! That's really bad for them!
Okay.
Oh my god! Shoot!
Do not get anything else.
I told you it's that!
Do not, no. Leave it there.
Some experiences only need to happen once to stay in a person's memory for the rest of their life. After floodwaters recede, the real work begins, cleaning up, repairing damage, and helping daily life return to normal. It looks like a vehicle from the future, although at this speed, my own 2 feet are still pretty competitive.
Hello everyone.
Some scenes do not need a long explanation. Just looking at them is enough to make you stop for a few seconds. Here is a peaceful moment just for you, wishing you good health and plenty of reasons to smile today.
Hello everyone.
American paddlefish can grow up to about 7 feet long, yet they mainly feed on tiny organisms, a fascinating contrast in nature. A nearly invisible ferry cable can become a serious hazard on the water. Proper warnings and safe installation matter far more than people sometimes realize. Everything happened before he had time to react. Sometimes simply standing in the right place by chance can make all the difference. In August 2024, at a port in China, a major explosion aboard a container ship showed how quickly one incident involving cargo can affect an entire harbor area. I think this is one of those moments when everyone involved probably wished they could rewind a few seconds and make a different choice. There are moments that happen so fast that even though your eyes saw it, your brain still needs a few extra seconds to believe it was real. Sea foam forms when waves churn together, water, air, and organic matter. After a storm, it is still best to avoid direct contact with thick foam layers. This is unbelievable.
你们是要干什么？你们怎么进来的？我的天哪！
Scenes like this remind us that humans can adapt to nature, but we can never truly control it. Off the coast of Wales, even a vessel weighing nearly 700,000 pounds was overpowered by the Irish Sea. The most important part is that everyone aboard remained safe. If you could take only one lesson from this moment, would it be to react quickly, keep your distance, or always look carefully before acting? This turkey stood in the road like a traffic officer, seemingly refusing to move until the rest of the group had crossed safely.
Well, my little man's all grown up now, and he's learning the fine art of grape plucking. There's some things, aren't there? So he's got a full set of chompers now. I haven't seen him fly yet, but he may well be flying at night. He's soft. Sort of. Yeah, just eat them while they're still on the skillet.
Mountain roads require more than watching what is directly ahead. You also need to pay attention to the slopes above. The terrain is always part of the journey. In Japan, a flow of mud and debris swept down within seconds, showing how little time a landslide may leave for people to change their plans. When moving earth and debris are strong enough to sweep away an entire building, a safe distance must be measured in much more than just a few steps. He did not have much time to think, but one quick decision completely changed the outcome. Fast reactions often begin with Looking at the path of this vehicle, I can only say that the driver did not seem fully In March 2012, at Richborough Power Station in England, several massive structures came down almost simultaneously, showing just how much planning a precise demolition requires. More than 15,000 dominoes and hours of preparation were used to create only a few perfect seconds of motion. A beautiful example of patience. The entire city seemed to disappear beneath a sea of clouds as layers of air trapped moisture close to the ground, turning the weather into a giant blanket. Some scenes may look mysterious, but the most interesting part is often the process of discovering the real explanation behind them.
他妈是什么呀这？我操！这啥呀？
Families and groups of people. I'm actually down here with all the people. Now you can take them off if you want. Go on, Jack. Go have a look.
Off the coast of Australia, millions of tiny plankton turn the movement of the water into a glowing natural light show.
What's those?
Nobody expects to open a bathroom door and find a visitor like this. When it comes to snakes, keeping your distance is always more valuable than satisfying your curiosity.
My goodness.
For many people, fishing is more than a hobby. It is also a memory from younger days. When
Watch out, watch out, watch out. Watch out! Oh my gosh! Oh my gosh!
some welcomes are impressive enough to make you immediately turn around and try again another day. Horseback riding may look simple, but balance, proper rein control, and understanding the animal's reactions are what really matter. Raccoons have extremely dexterous front paws, so an unsecured bag of food can quickly turn into an all-you-can-eat dinner.
Get the paddle! He wants to take it with him.
In the Republic of Dagestan, Russia, muddy flood waters flowing at about 20 miles per hour rushed through a residential area, carrying soil and causing severe erosion. In June 2025, on an Amsterdam canal in the Netherlands, an unusual encounter raised an interesting question. When people and nature share the same space, who should have priority? At the port of Busan, one small miscalculation involving the Milano Bridge reportedly led to about $27 million in damage, a reminder that every foot of clearance matters in a busy harbor. When the current becomes strong enough, even the enormous weight of a barge is no longer an advantage. This is when water reveals just how powerful it can be. I'd love to know how far this video is reaching today. If you're watching, tell us your city, state, or country in the comments.
Sound? That's not a boat. It's a stampede! Whoa.
The more beautiful and fascinating a natural scene looks, the more tempting it may be to get closer, but nature does not become less powerful because we are curious. In California, deliberately removing unstable rocks shows that sometimes creating a controlled rockfall is the best way to prevent an unexpected one later.
It's in my low up.
Leopards can reach nearly 40 miles/hour, but their ability to ambush prey and climb is what truly makes them such effective predators. When the wind is strong enough to make an adult struggle to stand, finding shelter is better than continuing to watch from outside. Around large trucks. The most dangerous place may be where the driver cannot see you. Staying out of blind spots is always the smart choice. This driver's reaction was impressive. If you were scoring only the emergency response, what score would you give? On June 8, 2026, a 7.8 magnitude earthquake struck the Philippines, shaking everything violently. In situations like this, older adults should always be among the first to receive help. Oh my gosh! Just looking at that enormous shadow approaching is enough for me to understand why everyone immediately tried to get away. In Ankara, Turkey, heavy rain turned streets into powerful streams within minutes, showing how quickly urban flooding can develop.
According to a Turkish official, rain which was expected to last 3 hours on Saturday afternoon instead came down in just...
If this moment made you think about safety, share it. A timely reminder can sometimes be more valuable than we realize. I'm always curious to know how many places around the world this video is reaching. What state, city, or country are you watching from? Winds approaching 110 mph were strong enough to lift the boat off the water. In high-speed activities, even a small change can make a huge difference. Everyone has a work story worth remembering. I'd love to know which job you spent the most years doing in your life. Fireworks are best enjoyed from a safe distance. One careless move can turn a few seconds of fun into an unnecessary accident. A sudden landslide caused the train to derail, but what caught my attention even more was how the person filming happened to be in exactly the right place at exactly the right time.
Oh my god, why is he so low?
Oh! Holy!
This moment once again shows why so many people see dogs as loyal companions who are always paying attention to what is happening around them. When floodwater becomes strong enough to break through glass doors, the boundary between outside and inside nearly disappears. Escape routes should be planned before the water rises.
Oh my god! Oh, it's flooding everywhere. It's flooding.
Hello, everyone.
Snow accumulated on a steep roof can slide down as one large mass. Standing directly underneath is never a good idea. In April 2026 in China, this overloaded truck losing balance showed why cargo distribution must be checked before the vehicle even starts moving. Leaks, bulges, cracks, and corrosion usually appear for a reason. Early inspection is always cheaper than dealing with a major failure later. In January 2026 in Russia, suspended ice crystals transformed city lights into glowing pillars, making the city look like a science fiction scene. A sudden lightning strike hit near an electric fence. When a thunderstorm approaches, do not wait for the rain to start before finding shelter. On June 2nd, 2026, in Brazil, a vehicle lost control and veered straight onto the sidewalk. Fortunately, God was watching over her. Unbelievable. Why were there no traffic warning signals in this area? A large mobile crane may be able to lift more than 220,000 pounds, but that strength only matters when its center of gravity stays in the right place. Balance is everything.
Are they gonna make it? Oh my god!
Oh, no way.
No way!
Nearly 300 teeth mean a great white shark does not need any other warning sign to remind us to keep our distance.
Hello, everyone.
This visitor may not care about the price of the jewelry, but it certainly gave the employees a shift they will never forget.
Hello, everyone.
Removing just one section of a fence can completely change a safety boundary. What do you think happens next? Wishing everyone watching today plenty of health, peace, good luck, and many happy moments.
I have the world record for the most consecutive kicks to one's own head. And huge majority of people.
Everyone has a talent, but this guy may have found one of the strangest ways possible to turn his skill into a performance.
Some game in telling them.
Looking at a train this long makes me wonder about everything happening behind the scenes. How many people do you think are needed to operate it and keep it safe? Using only its jaws and neck muscles, this animal can lift about 120 pounds in an instant, an incredible amount of strength for its body size. It looks like this cloud decided to save water and dump all of its rain in just one spot. Nature really does know how to create some funny-looking scenes. I used to think climbing trees was mostly for monkeys and squirrels, until I saw this snake move up the trunk as if it had been born there. On the afternoon of June 19, 2026, flooding in Uzbekistan turned a peaceful valley into a powerful current. During evacuations, children and older adults should always receive extra attention. On June 24, 2026, a 7.5 magnitude earthquake in Venezuela showed how quickly a city can go from normal life to confusion in just a few seconds.
Nos quedamos parados aquí mientras que se calme. Respiramos.
Volcanoes have helped shape Earth for billions of years, and every time I see glowing lava rise to the surface, it feels like watching the planet remind us that it is still active. In April 2026, in Missouri, hail hammered the roof like thousands of tiny hammers. If I were inside, I would probably just stand still and listen. Not every unforgettable moment needs a natural disaster or something strange. Sometimes a small act of kindness between people can be the most emotional moment of all. Nature has existed far longer than we have, and there are still countless sights we have never seen. Is one lifetime really enough to discover them all?
To stay out here too long in this city, but I'm here to film it, experience it.
Kailauea sent lava fountains rising to around 1,300 feet, once again reminding us that Hawaii was born from volcanic fire. From above, Lake Erie looks almost like a natural airport where hundreds of birds have chosen the water as their resting place. When large hailstones fall at high speed, solid shelter matters far more than anything left outside.
Tá bom, mãe, tá bom. Eu de lindo, 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 que não tem maravilha.
What is the largest hailstone you have ever seen in person? In this situation, the first thing I notice is not the driver, but the protective gear that appears to have been overlooked.
Here we are in Bracken Ridge. This is a hive in a ceiling.
A beehive functions almost like an organized system, where every tiny individual contributes to the work of the entire colony.
At that end.
Hello, everyone.
This smoke ring exists because of a rotating airflow pattern, a simple physical effect that looks like a special effect from a movie. Do you usually watch videos like this alone or together with your family? Even in chaotic moments, there are always people willing to help others. If you appreciate actions like this too, help spread this story.
Не надо! Ты ложись, ложись!
While much of Hawaii was still covered in darkness, Kilauea lit up the horizon with glowing red lava, a reminder that these islands are still being shaped by nature. These two cows look almost identical, but there is definitely one detail trying to fool your eyes. Have you found it yet? The perfect angle, perfect timing, and perfect position. Sometimes a camera captures a coincidence so perfect that nobody could have planned it. Which one made you replay it the most? Share your choice with us, and we'll see you again in the next episode.